Conway, take one.
Hey, what's up? I'm Conway October, also known as C-Flicks the Art First. From Cape Town, originally born and bred. And I feel like I was created to create. And I feel like I was also once inspired, so I'd like to inspire. Yeah.
Conway, what feels like you without trying?
What feels like me without trying? I think the number 44, to be honest. It's just, for me personally, it's a reminder to always scale outside of the lines, because 4 times 4 is the dimensions of a square. So, yeah, I just don't like to be boxed. I don't like the idea of a box. Boxes are cool, up until they're not. So it's just like for me to remember that always. I think, that's kind of like, I hope I answered your question, but...
And when did you start learning that? You always interested in that, or was it from a young age?
I think it started with like my obsession with like time, and the lack thereof, and also the amount of time that we do have. So we always feel like there's too much time or too little time, but time is always the constant. And I think through that I kind of like started appreciating numbers more, getting into like numerology and what that like entails and all of that like journey. And then the number 4 like just resonated with me. And I also like squares. Just the shape, it's a very strong shape. Also triangles as well, but then that's 3, but then I added myself to it, which like, kind of got me to a square. And I think also just with my illustration journey as well, like it's very strong shapes that I kind of just allowed myself to explore more on that. So that's kind of how I got into numbers and appreciating numbers more, and just learning to kind of like apply that to my own life. Yeah.
I know you mentioned earlier about being a creative and creativity. What sort of your art, what other things are you involved with?
So like I said earlier, I'm a contortionist. So that means I'm hypermobile in my entire body. Like I'm very flexible. And that kind of allowed me to like go into stunts as well on film. I did stunts in Boy Kills World, this other local film called Gaia as well. I was also part of the movement team that had to come up with the movement language for the zombies, aka Zeros, in Resident Evil, the series. That was really cool. I think it's just my ability allowed me to kind of get into stunts as well. But I've always been an athlete. Since like before I even danced, I was an athlete, doing like track and field mainly. So like 100 meter, 200 meter, hurdles, relay, long jump, triple jump, high jump. As well as like soccer, rugby, cricket as well. So I've just been like really athletic, just had a lot of energy as a kid. I think I still do. But now I just kind of direct all of that energy into like my different artistic endeavors as well. My illustration journey just started off with me like doing a lot of doodles, and whenever I did have a pen in my hand or a scissor, I would always find myself carving into trees or into desks or writing my name everywhere. And I just always wanted to leave my mark, I think, on any space that I was in, so that I could have just a reminder to myself that I was here and that I am here, and that I can leave my mark in the best way possible. And that's just, even when I'm not there, I'm still there, you know. So, yeah.
What do you want someone to feel when they meet you?
Whatever they want to, it's not up to me, you know. I don't think I want anything specifically for somebody else to feel, but if I had a choice for somebody to feel something, and it's up to me, I'd want them to feel, I would want them to feel open enough to feel whatever they want to, you know. and to be able to feel free enough to speak about it and ask questions if need be, just to feel free in my space and in my presence. Yeah, there are no rules. There is no right or wrong. There just is, and I like to kind of live my life in that regard, you know. Yeah.
What kind of story does your life tell so far?
Yeah, peaks and valleys, I think. Eh? Ups and downs, lefts and rights. But at the moment, I think it's just everything that I've been doing is kind of just a compilation of what I believed I could do, and just an example thereof, you know. And yeah, like my life story, my testimony is just all the journeys I've traveled and the spaces I've entered. And like I said, it's just about, yeah, leaving a fragrance in the room even when you're not there, you know. So I think that's kind of, yeah, because I've been going here and there, doing a lot of things, like from dance to like different dance genres to also like the circus, and then getting into like different artistic endeavors, from like music to being like an artistic director to illustrating to loving fashion to, you know, and I always found ways to express myself in different mediums. And I like to believe that whatever you put in my hand, I'll make work of it, you know. If it's a hammer, I'll either build or destroy. If it's a pen, I'll either write or fight. Because, yeah, the pen is mightier than the sword, you know. So, yeah, just those kind of things allowed me to stretch my creativity further than just myself, yeah, or my mind, you know.
And so, like, on your journey, what are you, at the moment, what are you stepping into? What are you becoming?
So at the moment, I'm kind of pivoting into my company and my brand called See First. And the philosophy behind it is just about seeing without just looking. Because a lot of the time we just look at things without actually trying to understand what it's about and the deeper layers and meanings behind what it potentially can be. Because when we look at a flower, it's just a flower, right? But when I look at a flower, I look at the seed and wonder, like, what was this journey like in the rain and in the storms, and how deep is its roots, and how did it get this color, and yeah, just like diving into the layers of things. So yeah, my company at the moment, just trying to like build that, and it's not necessarily a fashion brand, but it's more a wearable art brand. Only because I just wanted to not just have my art on walls, because I look at people as billboards as well. Like, we can all like wear things, you know, and yeah, just to also make my art more accessible to everyone, you know, and not just people that find themselves in galleries or art galleries or those type of spaces, but yeah, just everyday people, you know. And you don't need to understand art to like it. You just need to be human. So, yeah.
And then lastly, when do you feel most at peace?
In the present moment. Yeah, I like to ground myself and just align with my breath, you know. Because, yeah, like breath work is very important to me. Not just because of like my mobility training and things that I understand about myself in a contortionist understanding of my body or physiology, but just, yeah, what brings me the most peace is being the most present I can be, and yeah, kind of like radiating that and just enjoying the moment, because a lot of the times we're so stuck on the past or the present that we forget that the moment is actually where the true gold and treasures of life is, you know. And to actually remember those moments helps to be fully present and immersed within the present moment. So, yeah, I definitely believe that that's what brings me the most peace, for sure. Yeah.